Stardust and Astro were best friends. They loved space. They dreamed of exploring the stars. One day their dream came true. They got to go on a real space mission. Stardust and Astro climbed into their spaceship. The engines rumbled. 3, 2, 1, blast off! They soared into the sky. Stars twinkled around them. What adventures awaited? Stardust and Astro couldn't wait to explore. Their first stop was Mars, the red planet. They had packed their space suits and their thirst for knowledge. A red planet rendezvous. Mars looked like a giant red ball. Wow. The spaceship landed with a gentle thud. Stardust and Astro put on their helmets. They stepped out onto the dusty surface. Look, Astro, red rocks. Mars is known as the red planet because of the iron oxide, what we call rust, on its surface. They saw a giant volcano in the distance. That's Olympus Mons, the biggest volcano in our solar system. Stardust and Astro spent the day collecting rock samples. They learned so much about Mars. Ring around the giant. Next stop, Saturn. This planet was known for its beautiful rings. The rings are made of ice and rock. They were amazed by how the rings shimmered and sparkled. They flew their spaceship through a gap in the rings. Saturn is a gas giant. It's so light that it could float in water. A floating planet? That's silly. They took pictures of Saturn's rings. What a sight! Solar flare surprise. Suddenly, a bright light flashed. Whoa, what was that? That was a solar flare from the sun. The sun is a giant star, you know. The sun was a ball of burning gas. It gave light and heat to all the planets. Wow, the sun is amazing. But we better be careful of those solar flares. They can be dangerous. Good thing our spaceship has a special shield. Stardust and Astro continued their journey, thankful for the sun's warmth. Lost in the Milky Way. Section 5. Lost in the Milky Way. They were now traveling through the Milky Way galaxy. That's our galaxy. It's shaped like a giant spiral. Stardust was amazed by the swirling colors of the Milky Way. There were so many stars, billions and billions of them. Suddenly, their spaceship made a strange noise. Uh-oh, our navigation system is offline. We're lost! Stardust and Astro felt a little scared. Being lost in space was not fun. Stardust had an idea. Remember that comet we saw earlier? It was heading towards the Andromeda Galaxy. We could use it to our advantage. Astro's eyes widened. You're right. If we can catch up to that comet, we can use its trajectory to recalibrate our navigation system. It might just be the key to getting us back on track. Comets were like dirty snowballs made of ice and dust. These celestial wanderers have fascinated scientists and explorers for centuries. Their unpredictable paths and mysterious origins make them a subject of endless curiosity. They left a trail of gas as they traveled through space. This glowing trail, known as a coma, is created when the comet's ice vaporizes under the heat of the sun, releasing gas and dust particles. "Let's do it!" shouted Astro. They zoomed after the comet, their spaceship's engines roaring to life. The thrill of the chase filled the cabin with excitement and anticipation. The comet's tail looked like a giant glowing feather. It shimmered with an ethereal light, casting a magical glow across the dark expanse of space. The children watched in awe as they drew closer to the magnificent sight, catching a comet's tail. "Now that's something you don't see every day," laughed Stardust. The crew couldn't help but join in the laughter, their spirits lifted by the extraordinary adventure they were on. This was a moment they would never forget. A testament to the wonders of space exploration. As they were adjusting their navigation system, they noticed a strange pull on their spaceship. The instruments started to go haywire, and the ship's hull creaked under the immense pressure. The crew exchanged worried glances, realizing that something was terribly wrong. The stars outside the window seemed to stretch and warp, creating an eerie, disorienting effect. "What's happening?" asked Stardust, gripping her seat tightly. Her knuckles turned white as she held on, trying to steady herself against the increasing turbulence. The ship's alarms blared, adding to the chaos. She looked at her fellow astronauts, hoping someone had an answer. "I think we're caught in the gravity of a black hole," exclaimed Astro. His voice was filled with a mix of fear and awe. He had read about black holes in his training, but experiencing one firsthand was a different story. The ship's sensors confirmed his suspicion, showing a massive gravitational field pulling them in. Black holes were mysterious objects in space. Formed from the remnants of massive stars, they possessed a gravitational pull so strong that not even light could escape. They were regions where the laws of physics as we know them broke down, creating a singularity at their core. Their gravity was so strong that nothing, not even light, could escape them. This made black holes invisible to the naked eye, detectable only by the effect they had on nearby stars and gas. The crew knew they were in grave danger as the black hole's event horizon loomed closer. "We need to escape," shouted Stardust. Her voice cut through the noise, bringing a sense of urgency to the situation. She knew that once they crossed the event horizon, there would be no turning back. The crew had to act fast if they wanted to survive. Astro quickly thought back to his space training. He remembered the lessons on gravitational forces and the techniques for navigating near massive objects. His mind raced as he tried to recall the specifics of a maneuver that could save them. Black holes distort space and time. The closer you get, the more extreme the effects. Time itself slows down near a black hole, and space becomes twisted and contorted. This warping of space-time could be both a danger and an opportunity for the crew. If we can slingshot around the black hole using its own gravity, it'll fling us back on course. Astro explained his plan to the crew, detailing how they could use the black hole's immense gravitational pull to their advantage. It was a risky maneuver, but it might be their only chance to escape. "It's risky," added Stardust, "but it's our only chance." She trusted Astro's judgment, knowing that he was their best hope. The crew prepared for the maneuver, checking and double-checking their calculations. Every second counted as they approached the critical point. Astro steered the spaceship towards the black hole, then at the last possible moment, he initiated a sharp turn. The ship groaned under the strain, but it held together. The gravitational force of the black hole accelerated them, and they felt a sudden jolt as they were flung back into space. "We did it!" shouted Stardust, relief washing over her face. The crew cheered, their hearts pounding with adrenaline. They had faced the black hole and emerged victorious, their bond stronger than ever. The experience had tested their limits, but it also showed them the power of teamwork and determination. With their navigation system back online, they set their course for home. "It's time to return to Earth," said Astro. They were tired, but happy. They had seen so much and learned even more. As Earth came into view, they felt a pang of sadness. They would miss exploring the universe. "Just think of all the stories we can tell," said Stardust. Astro nodded. "And all the amazing space facts we can share." Their spaceship landed safely back on Earth. They were home. Stardust and Astro couldn't wait to tell everyone about their adventures. They had traveled through the cosmos, visiting planets, stars, and even distant galaxies. Every moment of their journey was filled with awe and wonder, and they wanted to share that excitement with their friends back on Earth. They shared their photos and stories. Each picture told a tale of discovery, from the rings of Saturn to the red sands of Mars. The children were fascinated by the images of swirling nebulae and the bright, shining stars that seemed so close yet were light years away. They wanted everyone to love space as much as they did. The excitement was contagious, and soon everyone was asking questions and dreaming about their own space adventures. The room buzzed with curiosity and imagination. "Space is full of wonders," said Stardust. "We should never stop exploring. The vastness of the universe means there is always something new to discover, whether it's a new planet, a distant star, or a mysterious black hole." Astro nodded. "And never stop learning." Every discovery leads to more questions, and every question brings us closer to understanding the universe and our place in it. Learning about space helps us appreciate the beauty and complexity of the cosmos. They knew this wasn't the end of their adventures. It was just the beginning. The universe was a vast playground full of endless possibilities and mysteries waiting to be unraveled. They felt a sense of excitement and anticipation for the journeys that lay ahead. The universe was vast and mysterious, and they couldn't wait to explore more of it. Each star in the sky was a beacon of hope and a promise of new adventures. They dreamed of traveling to distant galaxies, meeting new forms of life, and uncovering the secrets of the cosmos. Who knows what other secrets were waiting to be discovered among the stars? The possibilities were endless, and the excitement of the unknown filled their hearts with joy. They knew that with each new discovery, they would grow and learn, and their love for space would only deepen.